Good afternoon. I'm Cynthia. I'm here with Doug, and we'll help you make money in the stock market with information you will not find anywhere else because we are Wall Street Media.
Hey, we have some cool stuff, right? Oodles of videos and some Needham notes. What do we have?
Well, getting straight into some clips that we have Robert Halliday, CFO and Treasurer of Varian Semiconductor Equipment Associates Incorporated, ticker VSEA, explained that they are a leader in Vista production platform for high current and medium current and high energy and PLAD, P-L-A-D. What is that?
Don't know.
Mike? Don't know. He's supposed to be in technology here. Its market share was 69% of the market in 2008, which is 6 times the market to the nearest competitor. We need somebody here doing Wikipedia while we're here.
I know almost everything.
But what's PLAD? Well, let's cut to the video and
let's cut to the video
and see if we can
we'll
find
tell you
out
what it is when we come back, okay?
Some of these numbers I'll update you verbally with '08 numbers. Varian, on one level, is a simple story. You know, we were only 30% of the market in '04. Our big competitors were Applied Materials and Axcelis Technologies, and a couple of smaller competitors in Japan, Nissin, and there's a chart on this, and Sen, which is half owned by Axcelis. We actually got up to 68.5% share in '08. So we gained 4 points even in a tough market. It was a little surprising to me, frankly. We gained 4 points in '08 because we're strong everywhere, but we're stronger, for instance, in the second-tier DRAM in Taiwan than we are in Japan. And in Japan, which is our strongest market share, even though we gained, 10, 12 points of market share in Japan last year, it still was a smaller percentage. So I thought mix would hurt us last year, but it did pretty well. Several reasons. We gained in a whole bunch of areas, and two, PLAD continued to grow as a business for us. And so even though it was only sold into DRAM, it still grew almost 100% year on year. Not 100% in the calendar year, but in the fiscal year. So there's the '08 numbers. We're actually closer to 6x our nearest competitor when you look at '08 numbers. So that's just not regurgitating the same thing. We're spending about as much on R&D as Axcelis is making sales of equipment. So we're a couple of years ahead in terms of technology, and it's just getting farther ahead. The rate of innovation at Varian is very high, not only because they're spending on R&D, not only because our products are advanced, but the way we develop products I'll talk about today, we get them to market faster. So I think our technological lead is getting better, frankly. Implant, to a large extent, is becoming an enabling technology. You say, well, what does that mean? We're right at the transistor level. It used to be we were thought it was only a capacity buy, but that was really code for people saying, well, you're going to get low gross margins because you know, they don't need you as much, and all of you guys are the same. You and Axcelis and AMAT are all the same implanters. I think we've proven all the implanters are not created equal. You know, AMAT left the business at Axcelis, we're taking a lot of share. So I think we have become an enabling technology and a highly differentiated implant supplier. I killed that slide. I keep hitting forward. Oh, the tape itself. Oh. So if you look at the implant market, it's segmented. It used to be 3 markets. Now it's 4. High current is the biggest one of those markets. And in that market, that's about 50% of the market. And we have about 78% of that market. Medium current used to be about 30%. It's more like 34% of the market. And we're about 58% of that market. The only place we're weak is Japan. Outside Japan, we're probably, I don't know, 70, 80% of the market. High energy, that's only about 10, 11% of the market. And we were 13% of that market in '07. We were probably about 26%, I think, in '08. And we're going to be about 40% in '09, I think, or 50% actually. And then in PLAD, we're 100% of that market, and the significance of that market is that market was 0 in '06. In calendar '07, it was about or fiscal '07, it was probably about a $40 million market. It was about $80 million for us in fiscal '08.
Stephen Laub, President and CEO of Atmel Corporation, ATML ticker, explained that the Atmel had a rapid and significant expansion since 2006 through restructuration and acquisition of Quantum. Their focus is now on the microcontroller products, the heart of Atmel's transformation based on superior proprietary architecture in AVR for growth, high margin, and low consumption. Cut to the clip, Mike.
In December of 2006 began a very dramatic transformation of the company. We're transforming through a very substantial restructuring. I'm going to give an update on that restructuring, the progress we've made on that. We've also put a lot of focus on our microcontroller business, which has paid off in a very strong momentum of that business. I'll discuss that as well. We also provide focus to application-specific solutions to our customers in other areas outside microcontrollers, and our financial model has also improved substantially during this period of time. Some of the major accomplishments of the company since December of 2006 are as follows. It was in that time frame that we announced a dramatic transformation of the company. Since then, we've actually been very busy. We've exited 14 non-core businesses. We reduced our number of wafer fabrication facilities from 5 down to 2. We've reduced our headcount by over 20% in the company, and this is while revenues have actually been relatively stable. Our savings exceeded roughly $80 million in 2007. They're expected to have exceeded over $125 million in 2008. At the same time, we also announced that we're going to focus the company on our core business of high growth, high margins, which specifically was in the microcontroller area. Within that, we've also introduced a lot of new products in the last 2 years. Most importantly, in the AVR product line, we introduced a product line called the X Mega, very high performance, very low power. We've also introduced a number of new ARM-based products for the 32-bit marketplace, which are also being very popular in the marketplace. While we reduced spending in the company overall, we've actually increased it substantially in microcontrollers. The impact to the company due to some of these changes are as follows. We've had very substantial improvement in both our gross and operating margins since 2006. If you use 2006 as a starting point, and it's good to use it as a starting point because we announced our changes in December of that year. That year we had 33.8% gross margins. We had pro forma op margins of 4.1%. For the first 3 quarters of 2008, our pro forma gross margin was 37.4, and our op margin was 6.8. Now, during the same time frame, the euro appreciated very substantially against the dollar. And Atmel has a lot of operations in Europe. Much less so today than it did back then, but nevertheless much more so than most semiconductor companies. So if we take out that effect of this increase of the euro versus the dollar, we would have had a gross margin of 39.7% for the first 3 quarters of 2008 and an op margin of 11%, just as normalizing currency. Also for Q3, our pro forma gross margin was 39.8, our op margin was 9.4. Again, at the 2006 exchange rate, gross margin would have been 41.8, op margin of 13.3. So what you see is clearly very substantial improvement, outstanding improvement in fact, over 7 quarters, going from 33.8% gross margins to a normalized currency gross margin of 41.8 and an op margin of 4.1 to a normalized currency of 13.3. Now, in the last 3 to 4 months, the currency's turned around. The dollar's actually strengthened against the euro. So for the first time in 2 years, currency will actually be a benefit to the company instead of a detriment to the company.
And we're back.
Here we are.
Very good. Charles Reed, Vice President, Corporate Controller of Brocade Communication Systems Incorporated, BRCD, talks about their potential revenue synergies for the upcoming year. Their acquiring of Foundry networks will open up a cross-selling opportunity between Brocade and Foundry. They sell more Foundry gear through Brocade OEM channels of 2 to 4 bill on opportunity. Cut to that. You got no clips for us, Mike? That's it?
Cut to
me
that.
Again. Where are his clips?
Hey, we've got guests.
I want him to do more clips.
We have guests next. The girl looks like you, or looks like you did years ago. That's in the slides.
Do you want to talk about your head dog? Dennis Secor, CFO of Guess Incorporated GES, said that their priorities are expanding the global e-commerce business, developing new markets in Europe, and growing their Asia business. The Europe strategy involves growing the infrastructure, developing new markets in Russia, Germany, and the UK.
These guys are doing so
and Northern
well,
Europe,
you can't
and expanding
imagine.
retail through owned and licensed stores.
You cannot imagine.
I know, they're doing a good job.
His slideshow is fantastic, right? They've got the girls that look like you, but younger. And then they have...
She's actually older than me, but yeah.
Oh, really? Wow. And look at... But
I looked very good in my guest ads. You only do guest one, so you don't do it again.
But it's funny because it's so similar. It's like they went to get the Cynthia replacement. Their revenues went from $600 million to $2 billion in like the last 5 years or 4 years. Yeah,
Very good.
it was awesome.
Thanks for that, Doug. Yeah, update. Good update. Because I'm acting now, you know, busy. By the way, Ralph G. Quincy, President and CEO of TriQuint Semiconductor Incorporated, TQNT.
Priceless.
Did you ever think that maybe they tried to get me, Doug, and didn't work out?
Oh, I think maybe that's what happened. That's what I meant to say. Are you still on that? Oh, yes, you are. It's going to be a very long
Anyway,
show.
TQNT talked about their... Did you do what you're supposed to be doing? You still haven't told me what it means. Anyway.
I'm joking.
Semiconductor Incorporated, TQNT, talked about their handset strategy and RF integration. They expect significant 2008 momentum for 3G data phones, which I have, and their growth in a flat to down handset market. Richard Arnold, COO and CFO of Phoenix Technologies Ltd., PTEC ticker, spoke about their thriving core BIOS business, providing high cash flow for returns to reinvest into products with high potential to address new multi-billion-dollar markets. He also mentioned that the PC 3.0 concept with an emphasis on secure computing through their fail-safe product featuring encryption, remote access, location of lost devices, and collection of forensic data. He mentioned partnerships with computer data industry giants for the fail-safe product. Sounds exciting.
Interesting stuff.
I like that fail-safe.
Yes, I like to guess. I thought they had a great presentation. I think they have a really good outlook.
I'm glad that you like that.
I'm just telling you.
Anyway, we're here every day at Wall Street.
Hi.
We're here every day at Wall Street Media. Hopefully we'll be here if Doug doesn't fall in the shower. Tomorrow, you can find us at WSMCO.com.
Stock tweets.
I was just about to say it. Mind your business.
Okay.
My lines.
All right.
Also, don't forget about Stock Twits. It is free, and it will impress your peers.
And guys, you will find the greatest stock community that you've ever seen. Oh my God, it's amazing how smart and how many great tips and how much money I've made off there, which is why we're supposed to do
We were
this.
talking about that yesterday. But also, Needham, amazing. All the things in the green were fantastic.
Yeah, Needham are great stock pickers. Stock twits are great traders, right? Fabulous.
That's what you got.
You're
Got
a great, and you're a great co-host.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're a great...
Big.
I don't have quite the word for it right now. Maybe I'll come up with it. Anyway, thanks. See you again soon. Bye.